I went to an open evening, and from there I was kind of hooked. I was very touched by the stories, and I thought, what could be more impactful than having a positive influence on a young person's life.
Boys facing disadvantages in life, such as the impact of domestic violence, substance misuse and mental health issues, often experience loneliness and low self-esteem. As a result, they're less able to manage the challenges that life throws at them. Friendship Works has been working for over 40 years to tackle this issue. Through regular outings with their volunteer mentor, boys can access new opportunities and experiences, and over time build a safe and trusted friendship.
My mentee is very, very active, so he's always wanting to do something which is kind of physical, like football or ice skating or tennis. He naturally seems to be good at everything, so there's nothing makes you more humble than losing to an 11-year-old at tennis.
Yeah, my mentee loves cars, is completely obsessed by cars, and I've never seen a human being look happier than the first day he saw a Ferrari. It was amazing. I was just walking down the street. So, and again, it's the simple things that work out the best. He's happy going to a car showroom. Mm-hmm. The Porsche garage in central London, they let you sit into cars. I gave him a goodie bag. That was like the happiest day of his life. Yeah.
My mentee has a really vivid imagination, so it's quite often the simple activities like going to the park. I remember one time when we went to Hampstead Heath and he was sort of running through the woods, trying to imagine who had been there before him, finding items on the ground, and it was so refreshing to see a child just so fascinated by these quite simple things.
What sort of changes have you seen in your mentee?
I think my mentee, he seems a little bit more thoughtful, and he's quite, he's extremely energetic. He just seems a little bit more calm, a bit more thoughtful, and just those moments where he stops and lets an old lady past him on the bus. It's little things, and I think it's additive over the years.
My mentee, he's very shy. Early on, he was asked to go up and recite a poem at school assembly, and he said he was very shy. But one day we were watching a street performer, and he hid behind me during watching the street performer in case he would be picked to go up and help him. But a month later, we were at a magic show for his birthday, and he was the first to volunteer to go up on stage.
A few months ago when I broached up the idea of meeting me outside, he wouldn't do it, and now he's quite happy to travel and meet me halfway, or even just, ordering his own meal, or going up and asking for what he wants, and he's become a lot more interactive with people, as opposed to just kind of standing there in the corner. So it's nice to see that, and him being a little bit more comfortable.
So I've been mentoring for 3.5 years now, and when I met my mentee, he had been excluded from primary school. He was in a pupil referral unit, and last week his mum gave me a call. He's gone back into mainstream education now. He's in secondary school. He's getting on really well, and I had a voicemail from his mum in which she said that he had just won a competition and he had a story published in a book. There were 17,000 applicants and he had won.
The biggest challenge we face is meeting the growing need for positive male mentors to mentor boys. Boys whose experience has taught them that men are often unreliable.
They need to trust you, and a lot of these kids, especially the boy that I mentor, he's had a long history of being let down time and time again by men. And so initially there's a front, and he's like, okay, I've got to prove myself so that this guy stays around. I've got to prove that I'm cool, and that doesn't often involve speaking about your emotions. So once they've gotten used to you and know that you're going to stay around and you're going to turn up every week without fail, and especially if you then share something with them, then they know that this is okay, this is what friends can do.
With my Max, I think his mum's a really good role model for him as well, but I think maybe he can't relate to her as much as he might be able to relate to a male role model. So again, I think that's really important.
I think it's important for them to build their identity as an adult. If they can see what a male adult is doing, positive things they're doing, they're more likely to do those things themselves when they grow up.
Mine's got 2 Arsenal wristbands, and actually the very last meeting we had, he always wears both. we had quite a deep conversation about family stuff, and he just looked at me and paused, and then took off one of them and gave it to me and said, "You're my friend. This is a friendship band."